Hello and welcome to Matt Alec Marketing Assistance videos. This assistant video is for our 202 series, Planning and Working Your Plan. This is video 202C, the final video in our series, and we're going to talk about our completed worksheet for running an advertising campaign in the third quarter. Now, if this is your first time tuning into any of our videos, we recommend that you go and see our 201 series first, because that will help build a plan so that way it makes more sense when you're dealing with our template here. So with that, let's get right into our template that we have, and we should have it filled out. If you don't have it filled out and you're needing help, just watch through here. We'll walk you through what you need to do in order to plan an advertising campaign. So with that, let's go into this video. Taking a look at, we are planning for the third quarter, so therefore we're starting in the first quarter. One of the things that we've done is we've got our goal and objective highlighted. We found out through our 201 series that we should be able to handle at least an additional 50 more customers in the September time frame. So that's our goal to set up in there. Next, we're looking at tasks we need to perform. So we're laying this out, and you can see that we have January, February, and March to plan for this. And then the second quarter is going to be getting everything ready for the third quarter. So with that, we need to, we got to create a flyer out of Microsoft Word. Now you can use one of the templates that we have here at Matt Alec, or you can create your own. Depending on what business you are, we list brand new advertising flyers each month, and they're downloadable and editable. So if you go to mattalec.com, you can go ahead and take a look what's available. If you use the search bar on the side, you can actually find out where ones that's pertaining to your business. So if you're a restaurant, we have a number of restaurant flyers that are available for you to download, and then you can edit and put your specific information that's in there. Unlike some other places to where it's just a blank canvas and they put some stuff in there and it's a little bit hard. These are actually campaigns that you can use. So let's move on to the rest of this template here. We know that we need to cost out our budget for 1,000 flyers on orange, and we need to be on 65-pound stock. And the reason why we're using cardstock is because of the way it feels. When you watch our advertising campaign videos for our 1001 and 1002 advertising campaign flyers, it'll kind of give you an idea on why we want to use cardstock type paper in order to reach out to people, because it's different than what a lot of your competition is doing, has a different feel to it. So go ahead and watch those videos and it'll explain more why we're using that type of material. Now let's get back into our scheduling here. Okay, we've done research on our potential distribution area. There's a lot of different places, and you can find some information in the library as far as where people are spread out, and you also know your local community on where you need to reach out, where you have the potential for customers. So you'll definitely want to take a look in there. Next, we want to stretch out September schedule to support the 50 additional customers. So that's what we're going to be setting up in this. Finally, we look in the businesses that we need to contact and work with in order to get our flyers. So we need to work with a printer on as far as costs concerned. We need to set up suppliers to cost out for our campaign that we're going to do to support 50 customers. The key thing we want to do, and you'll note in here, is work with suppliers to ensure ability to increase order should demand exceed projections, and if additional supplies will support normal activities in case of lower results. Now, what we're talking about there is whenever you run an advertising campaign, let's say you're a bakery, for instance. If you're going to do a campaign for a BOGO on some cakes, one of the things you want to do is, if you're doing that, make sure that the majority of the ingredients that it takes to make those cakes also fit your daily activities. So you need flour and sugar and eggs and milk and all that for making cakes, but you want to make sure if you have extra to accommodate 50 more customers, that if you only get 35 customers, that the extra materials that you have, you can incorporate into your daily business as far as running more bread or so on and so forth. So that's why we want to plan ahead of time, and that's why we go ahead and have this advertising campaign schedule, because we have to look at the big picture of your business for not only planning on having customers come in, but also planning everything according to what you need to do to watch your expenses, and also blend this in as a growth type of activity. So, getting back to our flyer here, let's go into what we're going to need to do in the second quarter. In the second quarter, we already have everything set up from the first quarter, but now we're looking at setting everything up and then when our timing comes up in there. So for here, we've already got our flyer done. We got to drop it off at the printer. They're going to review it, make sure it's all set. They're going to print you a couple copies for you to look at and approve, and then you're going to review with your suppliers as far as what you need for materials. So again, we're working this through to come up with a usable type campaign that you can set up that's a win-win situation for you, either if you have more than enough from the advertising campaign that you do, or you have under enough, you're able to accommodate those materials as well. That's why we're set up this planning. That's why this planning sheet and template was already built for you in order to plan your campaign. Whenever you plan stuff, you're already set. If you're a painter, you know you plan the room so you're not buying paint in the middle of the roller running out of paint. So that's why we have this set. Finally, let's go into the third quarter when everything's going to happen. We have everything scheduled to pick up. So we already see that we need to pick up our flyer from the printer. We need to distribute it to the subdivisions that we've picked out, college and C-based subdivisions, and we need to make sure we have extra flyers for the office and to hand out to consumers that are coming in and off and doing business with us. So that's an advertising campaign all planned out for you to run in the third quarter from the first quarter. That's why we want to give it so much time, because if there is information that all of a sudden comes up with, you can roll with the punches and make changes. Also, this template is set up so that you can run multiple campaigns at a time. For instance, Home Depot, they run a flyer almost every week because they have a special for different months and different weeks of the months and the holidays that come up. And that's one of the things that we've set this up so that way you can keep track of different campaigns that you're running. So we hope this is of benefit to you, and we're glad you tuned in. If you need more information, please go to mattalec.com where you can download this template. And then come back to Matt Alec's YouTube channel where we'll have more videos and we'll be working on from there, because our next is our 203 series, and we'll be setting up and working off of, once we get our planning done, we'll be working off of our next strategy for marketing from there. So we thank you very much. We look forward to assisting you in providing the tools, steps, and plans that will each small business and blue-collar entrepreneur build market awareness with distinct advertising that's local, economical, and cultivates growth. We are Matt Alec. Thank you.